Backlash over the statement for AI risks. US and EU in a hurry to create regulation for AI and beat China and the first AI girlfriend. This is Matej with Future Toots and you're watching the AI Report. Yesterday, the biggest news in the AI space was the statement for the risks of AI signed by the most prominent thought leaders in the field. Naturally, the backlash follows today. The statement has already been labeled as a publicity stunt by several other figures, most notably Sandra Wachter, professor of technology and regulation at Oxford. Well, there is probably an element of truth there, and I do agree that the statement might be a marketing effort to some degree. I still wouldn't downplay the potential risks of AI, especially in the long term, no matter how far along they might seem, given how quickly things evolve. Just think about it. A measly year ago, pretty much nobody except for a few data science geeks have heard the term GPT, and now it's one of the most popular terms on the internet. And even more importantly, the technology is already pretty good and is getting better in a seemingly exponential way. True, the risk of extinction because of an AI gone rogue still seems far-fetched, but things might look very different in 5 years, or even just 1 year, so discussions about regulation and safety are not unwarranted. Professor Wachter added, there are serious risks, but it's not the risks that are getting all of the attention at the moment. What we see with this new open letter is a science fiction fantasy that distracts from the issue right now. The issues around bias, discrimination, and the environmental impact. That is true, but the issues being discussed in the letter are much more serious than this in my opinion, and they should be on the radar. Now, when it comes to regulation, the US and EU are already starting to work on that problem. US Secretary of State Antony Blinken admitted on Wednesday that the Western countries have shown a fierce urgency to put in place AI regulations. Part of the reason for the haste is the outsized role of China in the emerging industry. So Western democracies are rushing to get AI regulation right. It has usually taken years or even decades for some other technologies to be regulated, but AI regulation is going in the fast lane, and we have the fear of China to thank for that. Essentially, the US and the European Union are scared out of their minds by the whole idea of IG, but they're even more scared of the idea of China getting to that point first. There's almost always a gap when new technologies emerge, the time it takes for governments and institutions to figure out how to legislate or regulate, Blinken said after holding talks with the EU authorities in Sweden. That is true, but we can obviously smell the fear of AI given how quickly these AI regulations are coming. And that's a good thing. Now, when it comes to China, seems like they also have fears of their own when it comes to AI risks. China's ruling Communist Party has warned of the risks posed by advances in artificial intelligence while calling for heightened national security measures. The statement issued after a meeting Tuesday chaired by party leader and President Xi Jinping underscores the tensions between the government's determination to seize global leadership in cutting-edge technology and concerns about the possible social and political harms of such technologies. So China is in a very similar position as the West. They also want to win the AI arms race, but they're also not exactly sure about the possible consequences of trying to get there too quickly. Personally, I want to believe that probably for the first time in human history, all governments will come together and agree on a common regulatory framework for the development and use of a powerful technology such as AI. That might be a pipe dream, but if we consider how the world has basically existed in a fragile but still consistent equilibrium in terms of nuclear weapons, then something similar might be possible for AI as well. Okay, let's ease up on the serious stuff for today and let's talk about something lighter. And you know what seems to not be quite light? The weight of North Korean dictator Kim Jongun. South Korean lawmakers have used artificial intelligence to estimate the weight of the 39-year-old leader, and they believe he's about 308 pounds or 140 kilograms. The funny thing is, his weight is probably a closely guarded secret in North Korea, but looking at this chin here, I think even this estimate might be generous. Next, a computer programmer created a program that turned his girlfriend into an AI version of his girlfriend. Wow. The technology hasn't even been around for a few months and people are already starting to use it for creepy ways. Anyway, he used texts and media from his girlfriend to train an AI model, and now he recommends couple to try the experiment as well. The weirdest thing about it, A computer slash AI nerd that has a girlfriend? Don't worry, I'm a computer programmer myself, so I am allowed to make that joke. Okay, enough with the fun stuff. Let's get back to the dark, gloomy reality of the AI landscape. In a survey by FreshBooks of more than 1,000 small business owners in the US and Canada, it was revealed that almost half of them plan to cut hiring because of AI. They expect the following departments to be affected: analytics, sales and marketing, customer support, accounting and finance, planning and strategy, service and delivery, hiring and recruiting. So yeah, pretty much everything. Alright, that has been the AI report. As usual, artificial intelligence advances further. There are good things about it, there are bad things about it, and that's the way it is.